Well, hello folks. I am back in the Lake District and wearing a ridiculous hat system, but oh well. It's hot and this is going to help keep the sun off my head, and I can wet it to cool down as well. So where am I? I'm near Buttermere in the kind of northwestern part of the Lake District. I'm really looking forward to a camp tonight. Last time I was in the Lake District, had a bit of a disaster, got completely overheated and dehydrated. So today I've drunk a lot just now before I set out. I've got quite a climb ahead of me and making my way to Black Brook Tarn. Really looking forward to this. Just a one-nighter, and then I'll be back down south tomorrow. But yeah, looking forward to this. I'm hoping that with the clouds the way they are, we might have a nice sky at sunset, and that's it's entirely possible. Probably going to be a bit too cloudy to do some astro stuff tonight, but I'm not too worried. It's not really the right time of the year for astro photography. It's just going to be too light for most of the night, but I'm just here really to enjoy this and chill out. We've just got some beautiful scenery here, and so why don't you take a look around. Okay, the time is about 4:30. I think it's going to take me a good couple of hours, maybe 2.5, 3 hours even, to get to where I am, because I'm going to take this real easy and make sure I don't dry out like last time. So on we go. I think sunset's probably going to be about 9:30, 9:45, something like that. So I've got loads of time, and I'm just going to take it easy. Gorgeous. I love the way the clouds just pepper the hills here with shadow. So that there is the Honister slate mine, and just over the brow of the hill where that car's just gone over is the National Trust car park, and I would like to have parked there, but if you're thinking about visiting here and stopping there all day or overnight, the car park is £7.50 a day. Yep, £7.50, and you need that in loose change because it doesn't take any form of electronic payment, unfortunately, or notes. So you have either got the change or you haven't. I didn't, and so I've had to go and find a place further down the valley to just park up. Anyway, behind me now, as I turn around, is the pathway that is signpost to Haystacks and Great Gable, and so I could either follow this road here for a little while, or I can choose this nice windy old path, and I'm going to choose the windy old path. It looks a bit steep, but it looks a bit more scenic to me, so let's give that a go. Well, there's hardly any breeze up here. I'm hoping as I go over the brow of the hill I might get a little breeze, because it'll be very welcome at the moment. So this path that I've been coming up is pretty straight, in fact, and according to the map is a dismantled tramway, I guess for bringing quarry stone, slate, that kind of stuff up or down the mountain to the plant down there. And still in the distance there, centre picture, you can just about still see my car. So this is Dub's quarry, and now I think that's a kind of what's it called, bothy or something like that, shelter. I think Roger from and Diane from Garnverach have done a little tour of that, so I won't worry about that too much. But I noticed there's a bucket which in their video I think was water was just cascading into from a little water source there. But it looks like that's all dried up at the moment. It is really dry here. There is a bit of water down there in the valley, a little brook winding its way down meandering in fact its way down the valley there. Really beautiful, look at that. What a wonderful little spot. I expect at some times of the year that's pretty boggy down there, but just now it looks gorgeous. I'm going to cross at that little ford down there, which again at some times of the year is probably trickier than it is today, and then wind my way up the path opposite over that brow, and I think it's not much further then to Blackbeck Tarn. Strong smell of stinging nettles. Yeah, I don't think I'd be drinking from that. Hopefully I've got a bit of a water source up at Blackbeck Tarn. So I'm at this little brook here, and it occurs to me this might be quite a good little place to get my water supply sorted out, because I deliberately left both my water bottles empty so I didn't have to drag too much weight up the hill, and I've done most of the climb now. There's a little bit more to do, but I've done the worst of it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my mini Sawyer out, have a bit of a break from the hike as well, and do a bit of water gathering. That's what we're going to do, a bit of water gathering. Now, job done. I had been using my life straw for water before, but I've got to say I wouldn't recommend it to anyone else. It's been a pain. I think I probably got to use it about 3 or 4 times, and then the straw just completely clogged up, unusable. They say it's good for about 1,000 litres at least. It's definitely not been my experience. Unfortunately, it's just been a complete disaster, and each replacement capsule costs about £20 sterling. It's just too much, so hence the use of the mini Sawyer. So I'm glad I bought that. Ironically, I was using it to fill up my life straw bottle. Anyway, there you go. That's given me a bit of a break. I'm just going to have a couple of wine gum sugar pills and then get on with the last part of the journey. I'll see you later. So there's a lady climbing the hill up there, and I just gave her directions to Stonethwaite. She's the second person, well, it was a little family I gave some directions to as well, as I was filling up with water here. So they wanted to get down to Buttermere. This one wanted to go completely the opposite direction to Stonethwaite, so hope she makes it okay. Well, there you go. Isn't that beautiful? First view of Buttermere. Gorgeous. So some folks doing some climbing on I think that's Green Crag over there. Might just be able to make it out if I zoom in a bit. About centre picture now is a guy in red, about halfway up it. Actually, it's not green crag, that is Great Round apparently. Great Round, just checked on the map. Very peaceful up here. It's amazing how much their sound carries. I can hear their voices from here. This is gorgeous. We keep getting these lovely little breaks in the view. Go past the rocky crag and this glorious view down Buttermere opens up. Look at that. Beautiful. Well, I think I'm about to arrive very shortly at Blackbeck Tarn. Just over this next kind of rise or so. There's a big dip over there. So I suspect the other side of that is the tarn. And I'm going to come in at the north end of it, I think. Now I'm trying to decide where to pitch. And, I would really love to have a view of Buttermere. And because there's so little wind, this is a rare opportunity to get up high and not worry too much about shelter. There's a bit of a spot down over there. It's a possibility, and then just over that little near rise there's another little flat space, and I think either of those would do. Just here is what we're going to call home for the night, and that's just going to be one heck of a view. I tell you what, I've got the biggest smile on my face right now. It's like, wow. Okay. I've got to say, in terms of my camping spots, this is definitely the most beautiful one that I've been in yet. It's gorgeous. Anyway, here you go. I am cooking my evening meal. Probably overcooking my evening meal, in fact. Just some of my water from the brook. Spanish style rice. So folks, here's my composition this evening. I'm trying to use this little, see if I can point to it, line of rock here in the foreground, and there's a kind of lead-in line from the corner on a fairly wide angle. I've got polarizer on at the moment, hoping to cut out some of the haze, but I don't think that's actually achieving anything, so I'm probably going to take that off. Also, I've got a soft grad on, a 0.6 soft grad, and that's a Lee Filters one, but I think it's a lovely composition. There's some cloud on the horizon, and that might just mess it up at sunset, but to be honest, it's not going to be a cracking sunset because we've got no high cloud or anything like that, and so it's just going to kind of go different shade of blue, that's all. But nevertheless, it is a nice composition, and you know, I like the way the sun is striking the hills on the right there as well. I have tried focus stacking this one, so that in fact I focused it at about 1 metre and then at about a couple of metres and then longer distance, and hopefully we'll get a really nice sharp image. But it's just beautiful being here. It's really quiet, it's very still, hardly seen a soul, and I just have the perfect campsite. There you go, behind me. That's where I am, and I just got a beautiful view from there. So I did bring a long lens with me, but I haven't got it on the camera now. I don't think it's really going to help in these lighting conditions, because with the amount of haze that we've got in the atmosphere, any really long telephoto shots are just going to look pretty very low in contrast, really. I do like these long shadows from the trees on the lake shoreline down there. That's rather gorgeous. So I can tell you that the moon tonight is going to be rising at about 12:30, and sunset is at about 10:15. So moonrise, about 2.75 hours after sunset, which means we might just get it to be dark enough for an astro shot, but I'm facing north, which is exactly the opposite way to what I really want to be facing. So there you go. You can't have everything. If I want to catch the galactic core, then really I'd need to be facing south, and I'm not. I don't really have a picture that way. I may go and look over that rise and see what's over there. I know that the tarn is over there, but I don't really want to be taking my equipment over there in the middle of the night. There's other people camping over there, and so one, I don't want to disturb them, and two, I certainly don't want to leave my equipment unattended when there's other people about. So there you go. Right, that's probably it for this evening. I might do a little bit more depending on how things go right at sunset. If it gets exciting, I suspect it won't. But ridges are coming out now, so I might have to go and put some stuff on to keep them away. Well, good morning from a very beautiful Buttermere. So last night didn't really work out, to be honest, in terms of taking any astro shots. It was really just too light. Even at about 1:30, 1:15 in the morning, which should have been peak kind of darkness for this time of year, there's just too much light in the sky. So no go really. I mean, I got a couple of shots, but not really what I was looking for. It's the wrong time of year, and I'm too far north. But I don't regret it. It's been a really beautiful camp, best campsite ever. Look at this, absolutely gorgeous. Loving the way that the sun is just kissing the tops of the mountains opposite there. Look, absolutely beautiful. So here we go, folks. We've got a classic, nice, clean pitch shot here, and left exactly as I found it. And what a beautiful place it's been. So good. I think this is a place I'm probably going to want to come back to as well. Maybe with my lad, and show him a little bit of the outdoors. Wouldn't that be great? Okay, I'm going to make my way back now. It's about 7:25. I'm going to give myself a couple of hours to get back to the car. It's about 9:30, maybe 10 o'clock. Depends if I do some shots on the way. And then it's a good 6 to 7 hour journey back home. So what's better, a summer camp or a winter camp, or spring, come to that matter? I've definitely coped better with the heat this time. I drank a lot of liquid before I set off, and I drank quite a lot on the way. I reduced my pack weight a lot. I guess you can do that in the summer. So yeah, so it's been okay, and it's been nice to just get out. But I've got to say, I prefer the drama of winter and the drama of spring. You know, the weather has been really enjoyable for kind of picnic type weather, but it's hot for walking and hot for climbing, and the skies have just been a bit too blue to be interesting, you know. So call me a miserable git, but I think I'm a winter and spring and autumn camper.